So let's talk about staging your home. Ooh, we've not talked about staging in so long because we weren't having to do anything. But now staging is kind of coming back, and I'm not talking about the kind of staging where you're bringing in all new furniture and things like that, because for most of us, that's just not realistic. But there are some staging things that anybody can do with a little bit of effort and a little bit of money. So let's talk about the front porch. There's a couple things there. You want to make sure that door is freshly painted and buy you a new floor mat. So, because they're standing there on that front porch, and most people make a split-second decision of whether they like your house from the moment they're on the porch to they walk in that foyer. So how should it look when they walk in that front door? First of all, not hot. You want it to feel better than it feels outside. So like we're in summertime, so you want it to feel cool, but as we move into fall and winter, you would want it to feel cozy, warm. But as they walk in, I want you to stand there and I want you to see, what do they see when they first walk in? And if it's messy and unneeded, let's get it out. If they don't have a clear picture of what they're going to experience, their mind all of a sudden wanders in ways we don't want. So that's the first thing. Then the next thing I would tell you is as they're walking into that living room, you want it to feel cozy but not cluttered. So a couple things I always tell our homeowners is if they have blankets all over the back of every chair and the couch, because don't we all love to cover up while we're watching TV? I mean, it's very common. But you want to get rid of almost all of those because for some reason they don't look good in person. They don't give the feeling of cozy. Now one does, but multiples don't. So cut those down. Another quick tip is if you're like me and Chad, we don't have kids, but for some reason we have so many pairs of shoes and they're really prone to be just piled up beside where we come in at. So I got him to buy a little shoe rack for out in basically our garage and clean that mess up. And we're not even selling, but it was driving me crazy. But if you're a seller, think about that too. In the kitchen, a big one is there'll be so much stuff over your cabinets. And it's usually greenery or plates. And a lot of times it's dusty. But you want to take all of that down because that drags their eyes up and it just changes how they're feeling. You want them to picture what they're seeing this level, not looking up. And then you want to make sure you don't have a ton of stuff hanging on your kitchen cabinets. We see people hanging towels and stuff like that. It makes it really convenient when you're drying your hands, but it doesn't look so good in person. Always have your refrigerator demagnetized. I know we like to have 5,000 magnets, but it never looks good. So those are just some simple tips that can make a difference. If you want more in-depth tips, we have a guide that we're happy to send to you. If you ask for it, it's going to be stuff like this, but it's going to go a little bit further in detail. So just reach out.